Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. It's another midday hobby hangout, so we are in the kitchen while the kiddies are asleep. Going to get some hobby done. So we've got some Necrons to paint, some Conquest to build, and I just this morning finished putting together a Warhammer Fantasy Army as well. So just had an Empire Warhammer Fantasy Army that we threw together. Not that brush. Which one do I want? And so yeah. We're gonna start just putting the last little bits of lead belcher on a couple of these Necrons, get these painted, get these a wash on, and while I wait for the washes to dry, we can go work on some Conquest stuff. So if you're there in the chat, let us know how you're going and what you're up to. Like I said, we're just getting some paint on these Necrons, and then I've got some Conquest to build. Looks like our next couple of projects. So spray coat of these with brindle brass, is it? The spray brass, whatever that was. And now we're just putting some lead belcher before we give it all a nice wash. Yeah, so doing a hobby hangout from the kitchen. Kiddies are asleep for now. So get some hobby in while we can. But yeah, if you're there in the chat, let us know what hobby you've been working on lately. Love to hear from everyone. It's been a little bit of a slow hobby week this week, just due to running the Cinderful GT as well this weekend, which was a ton of fun. Does just take its toll. The very, very long weekend running the GT. Rick Holmes, good evening, mate. Yeah, the GT went really well, which was great. So that's all I could ask for, really. And on to planning next year's one now. Gregory, hello. Today we're painting some Necrons, and then I've got some Conquest to build once I put the wash down on these. Which in the final stages of putting the first lot of metallics on the Necron Force. Then we can put a wash on them. And while we wait for that, we've got some Conquest to build, which is fun. Oh, nice. Finishing up your ogres soon is sweet. Do you have some ogres that I want to add to our army we've got here for the ogres? We've got the Feast of Bones half, so we'll add that to our ogre force on the channel. Be cool. I love the Gutbusters. Hey, I had I've had Thor. The Thunder Tusk army we run, I've had for years and years on the channel. But can't wait to get some more ogres done. If you are watching, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I think the Slaughtermaster definitely takes the high priority. His cool +1 hit buff is definitely the priority there for me with ogres. It's actually a pretty good start. Like if you could, now I really hope I do not butcher your name. Is it Tran? Like would it be An at the end of that, like Tran, or is it Tran? All right, and it all depends which part. I'm going to assume it's an Asian name, so it depends which part. I'm getting it right. That might be your last name, depending where you're from. Anyway, side note, that is a great start for a Cities of Sigmar army. Like those 3 boxes, in all honesty. Anvilgard and Drusa Crafe go really well, and you get Iron Drakes inside the Cities of Sigmar box, which is a fantastic unit. Also, like Gyrocopters can be great. The Dwarven Heroes are a little bit D. No, right, D. We'll go with that. I like to try and pronounce people's names. It's a pretty solid start there, though. In all honesty, she's getting a really good unit inside that Greywater Fastness one. A couple of good units actually. Like the Gyrocopter is useful as well. The Anvilgard box and Drusa Crafe one, that's all sort of Dark Elf stuff that can all go nice together. The one thing I guess to worry about is if you're wanting to play like Harkuron, you don't need the Greywater one at all. If that's an idea you have, you would be. Although like all of that stuff could go really well together in like a Misthaven list. Which is one of the sub-factions you found in Broken Realms Marathi, Realm of Shadow City. But yeah, if you are watching, everyone, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. You're paying on your credit card, you're getting some OBR. Nice. My OBR are like part painted. I painted like 20 Mortek Guard and Vokmordian. I mean, you sort of just did answer what's next. Because you said after OBR, IDK, Ideneth Deepkin are next. Getting these Necrons done, probably, and then it's a matter of, it's a fantasy, Warhammer Fantasy tournament might be happening near me. So I'm keen to get a force painted up for that. Doing the greening, painting up some tank busters right now. Nice, I'm glad. Well, on the point of tank busters, I'm painting up some 40k because 40k, we're gonna have some 40k bat wraps on the channel soon, which will be great. The more I've played more games like Elder Scrolls and starting to like branch into Warcry and stuff like that, I'm enjoying my hobbying a lot more, like having the variety of games around I'm playing now. I really enjoy like the variety of it all. Having a couple of different games or lots of different games to play really just spices up that hobby and keeps you interested. It also gives me different things to paint. Yeah, I would say like AOS is definitely the easier of the two games. That's one score pack done. Nice, yeah. I mean, that's a big reason I have a big Living City army. Yeah, I've got a big Hakuron force. Everguard mostly, like it's mostly Scourge Privateers. I do love them. Daughters of Cain. So I find that actually the best things to bring in for Hakuron are either a Marathi or the priests. Ogre's trying to beat Stormcast. Ooh. You're looking for higher rend in your army, so really, I think it's going to come down to having your Beast Claw Raider elements in the army because you need the high rend. Things like Metal Cruncher could be really cool from as a mount trait because it's going to do a lot of mortal wounds to them. But you want to find ways to mortal, so this means you want to be making sure you're getting the charges. Gregory, certainly, like, there's no reason we can't do Kill Team. Like, a big thing of like doing 40k is 40k brings effectively 2 games to the channel. 40k will bring both Kill Team and 40k itself. And who knows, maybe Apocalypse down the line as well once we get the armies to a certain size. But like, yeah, we definitely are going to be looking at Kill Team. But yeah. So yeah, you could definitely expect some Kill Team stuff. Yeah, like we will definitely be looking into it. I've played Kill Team a little bit as well, so I'll be interested still to get into it a little bit more. Next all, so we are painting up some Necrons at the moment, and then I'm going to have, once I've got this base coat down and I got my wash applied to everything, it'll be just building some Conquest stuff while I wait for my washes to dry. And don't forget, everyone, while you're watching, to drop a like. Helps other people come find us when we're live. Should be greatly appreciated. Marvel will be on the channel, or hopefully by the end of the year, but the box that we ordered is going to be here anywhere from late November to late December. Worldwide shipping things at the moment. So Marvel Crisis Protocol will certainly be hitting the channel sometime soon. Have it out hopefully by the new year. Thank you very much, Nixel. I just got to get back to doing hobby hangouts. We were hitting some good numbers when I was doing them a lot more regularly, so we just got to really start pushing those numbers up, get more hobby hangouts happening. Probably starts. I'm just going to get back into the groove of going doing the hobby hangouts, being live a lot more often. But yeah, as I was saying, we ran the Cinderful GT over the weekend, which was a 5-round Age of Sigmar tournament that went really well, which was nice. Ended up being taken out by some Sons of Behemoth. Some Gargants took out the event with what do we call it? Disciples of Zinch in second, and then a Skaven army in third. All out 4-1 armies. And so, yeah, I'm getting these Necrons done because they're almost finished. I mean, doing Metallic armies is pretty easy, so we can probably smash out these Necrons pretty quick. This will mean we have a couple of 40k armies to start playing around with in some battle reports on the channel, which would be great. Like I said, we've got a Warhammer Fantasy tournament coming up, so I'll be getting an army painted up for that. Our Conquest stuff is almost built, so we'll be once that's all built, we'll be getting some games in with that. We've got a couple of Elder Scrolls minis to finish up, as we just got the Adventurers Edition pack. So we'll be able to play Adventurers in our match play games, which will be cool. Or what is it? Battle mode for Elder Scrolls, which will be fun. So a different army to show off there. So, what hobby have people been getting up to in the chat? What are your next hobby project plans? Model to put some silver on, which is nice. We'll put the metal on. Scorpion Lord. This dude is so cool. He's my favorite Necron model in the box. Oh. We're going to 500-point army for Soulblight. Nice, Gregory. Yeah. Oh, nice. Just joined a local 40k league. That's sweet, man. Wolfric Nick, hello. We're painting some Necrons at the moment, but we've got Conquest over the build once I put down the wash. So that'll be the plan for today. So we'll be finishing up these Necrons, getting some Conquest built. A good bit of fun. Maybe Conquest built. We're definitely getting these Necrons. Nice, yeah. Don't have any flayed ones for my Necrons yet. I've just got the Indominus box set to start out with. Ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, Tau are rumored to be sometime soon, so maybe. But I think like just Sisters and Necrons are in a good place. They've got their book. They are what they are at the moment. I think you know what you're buying with those two factions. Chow, nothing but crew. Maybe not the best army to start with. Oh, I don't mean best as in good. I mean teach you the game. If it's your first army, you want to learn the game of it as well. All Crew Army won't teach you the game very well. Yeah, there's lots of armies like, yeah. If you're going to do an army, I strongly suggest never doing an army and sticking to like one part of the army. Like take Tower and grab some Kroot, sure, but don't do an all Kroot army. Specialized sub faction type armies is when you struggle to learn new things from the army. Nice. I mean, that's a cool choice as well. That's what you want to do that. Look, when you're playing with friends too, like Force Organ, all that, you can ignore all of that crud and play the game you guys want to play. T3 Wargaming, I think 40k on a like friendly level is great. I think 40k on a competitive level, from what I know, is not in the best place. So tournaments, maybe not, but like Crusade is a fantastic system. Without a doubt, 40k is Crusade is why Path to Glory is so great in Age of Sigmar. It learned a lot of things from that system. Yeah, I need some agrax. Actually, you know what? Before we do the wash, we're going to do the black. So if we'll find my Abaddon black, wherever that may be. I remember black's in here somewhere. I think there's specific rules for knights, if I believe. Right? I'm not too sure, but I mean, hey, look, Sons of Bahamut have rules in Path to Glory, and they're not broken in Path to Glory, so be interesting to see what happens, to see what you can do. Alrighty, so no worries, T3. Glad to be of help. Now we're gonna do some Abaddon black. We go all over this. middle parts of the gun. That's our base coat. And we've just got the gun casing to do in black as well. Just here on the brush. Now we've just got the slow process of getting all this done on all our Necron warriors. And the death marks that we've got as well. How did the tournament go? The tournament went really well, thanks. We ended up having Sons of Behemoth take out the event with Disciples of Zinch in second and Skaven came third. Which was really great. So really good to see some good performances with some armies that don't necessarily get it. Yeah, no, Skaven third was like a really solid Skaven list. Wayne, my mate, he is a really good Skaven player, so he runs them quite a bit. He pretty much had like a 3 place of power army list. So he had Thankor as like one of his major power parts. He had 6 Storm Fiends and 30 Storm Vermin. And he had like other bits and pieces around there, like some Night Runners for some screening and some Clan Rats, obviously, an Arch Warlock, a Claw Lord, I think, as well. And just some bits and pieces around there as well. But it was mostly like these three sort of main damage dealing points of his army. It did pretty well. It knocked off a Archaon Be'lakor double Slaves to Darkness list. It beat a Slaanesh list, beat a Sons of Behemoth list, and what else did it take out? Took out something else. Forget what the other one was it took out. It lost to the winner of the event, the 4 Mega Sons of Behemoth list. I think it also beat Ironjaw's. No, it beat a Soulblight Gravelord's Rikos list. So it beat some good opponents. Like it was. And its loss was like round 3, so it didn't ever sort of get like, it didn't have a bunny run at any point. Like it worked its way to the top, got knocked down, and then had to play the armies trying to get back to the top again. So it was never like a sort of list, when you like lose your first game and then you drop down, or you lose your second game and you drop down into that sort of lower pack. It never sort of got down into the lower pack. Slaanesh was probably its easiest win, and that was its first game. So it beat Slaanesh first, then it beat Vrikos, Soulblight Gravelords, and it beat Slaanesh, and then it beat Archaon Be'lakor. Then it lost to the eventual winner, Sons of Behemoth, and then it beat Vrikos when it dropped down, and then beat the other Sons of Behemoth, which was a triple list, so 3 Megas, 3 Babies list. So it was definitely like the Sons of Behemoth list was like the 4 Mega double wizard, that list. Like when I looked at the list, we've added out the one I thought that was the list to beat at the event. Turns out no one could. So this tourney was in Adelaide, South Australia, where I'm from. Hence why it's the Cinderful GT, because I run it. So already on to planning next year's event, which will be the last weekend of November next year. Nice, yeah. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. I think I can hear one of the bubbers stirring. Sorry about that. She's in like the last throes of giving up and going to sleep. Like they're so tired, they're fighting it. Yeah, man, definitely come down. It was a great event. We run it out of a hall. It's got like a full working kitchen. So the wife and I put on like hot lunches both days. We had breakfast both days provided as well. I was really happy with how the event went. Hopefully next year we can fill out the hall. We could easily fit 100 people in the hall. So yeah, really looking forward to being able to run it again next year. Yeah, really looking forward to hopefully getting it the numbers up for it next year again. Nice. So what does the current White Dwarf have in it? The new kill team? I'm not quite as familiar with like what's come out for kill team at the moment. It's been a long day. I'm gonna go pick up some black spray paint this afternoon as well because I've got some Eldar I want to do. My Eldar are going to be Craftworld Ulthway because I love Ulthway. Eldrad is the best. Yeah, Rune shouldn't clash. It only clashed this year because hopefully it shouldn't clash next year with being the end of November. I think that's the plan of why I put it at the end of November next year, so it doesn't. Yeah, look, hopefully there are some cool new things out next year. If Umbrenet are out, be sweet. Who knows what'll be out this time next year? That's a whole year away. We might have dragons by then. We might have Stormcast on dragons by then. Yeah, man. Bring the whole crew. Like, there's some great. It's probably the sort of event just where we run, because we run out the north of Adelaide. We are a little bit away from the airport, so we're a little way away from it because we're up the north of the city. So it does mean you probably want to book a Monday. Like, it's probably a book a Monday off event as well. It's not like not be able to go back to work on the Monday, if that makes sense. That is probably the one thing I will say about it. But yeah, it's like everything went really well this year. I'm really happy with the venue. Got plans for next year to make it even better. All right, same sort. It's just those that sort of event, where it's not near the airport. Some of those events maybe don't want as many. Yeah, no, it's just it is that event to be aware of, that you're probably not getting back home to go to work on the Monday. I mean, why you don't ever book the Monday off after traveling to an event, I don't know, but some people like to be able to go back to work on the Monday. So we just drive over to Bendigo from here. It's only like an 8-hour drive for us to Bendigo. But yeah, no, definitely would love to have you down. Yeah, we were literally having this conversation the other day. Like, we're having a conversation about the UK 20 scene. So, well, you're from the UK, so I don't know. Like, a couple of my friends in the UK, they say like people don't travel as much for events in the UK because everything is so close and it's so easy to get so many events. People maybe don't travel. It's why the UK maybe doesn't see some of the massive events that Australia has, like CanCon, for instance, is because you have generally larger events on average, but you don't quite hit the heights of like the UK and Australia do on our big events because people don't travel. That's what I've been told by my UK friends. 8 hours travel is like what the? It's like London to Manchester, if not starting to go into like Scotland. Man, we were supposed to go to the UK last year. Me and the wife got married last year. We were supposed to go. Supposed to go like over Christmas time. Was going to go watch the football, and then the world ended. hopefully when COVID's over, we can go off to the UK. Yeah. I mean, and you don't need to, like in the UK, people just didn't need to travel because you got events everywhere, and because it's just such a bigger thing over there. Like here, like 8 hour travel to a tournament is pretty standard. Like we catch flights around the country to go to tournaments. Yeah, like so the big three. I think we want to like obviously go to London because like London's got all the sites. Plus, I am a Chelsea fan, so going to Stamford Bridge to watch some games in Chelsea. Like the plan was, I was going to buy like a season ticket and we'd go over during like the Christmas the festive period for the football because you know you have all the extra midweek games during that time at the bridge and stuff like that. So you're going to get so many more games on a season pass then if you go for like a couple of months over Christmas. But like Nottingham, obviously, like I would like to go, you know, the old like Nottingham Forest, and then obviously Nottingham Warhammer World would be a great place to see, and then like going down to Brighton would be lovely as well. I think they were like the big ones. The wife really wanted to go to Brighton and stuff like that. Yeah, Edinburgh would be nice. I'd love to go. I'm not even a fan of like Man U, but or Liverpool, but I'd love to see um, like the sort of football pitches you want to see, like the old red brick football pitches, like Anfield and Old Trafford would be amazing to go inside. Um, I'd love to do like the stadium tours for them, even though I am a Chelsea fan through and through. They're like the stadiums you look at and you're like, wow, all the red brick still, the red brick dugout still, and all that. It's like wow. Oh, nice. Yeah, like you can't be a football fan if you don't respect what Man U did, and like especially like my age. Like I'm only 29, so like Man U dominance was a big part of my childhood in football. Lucky I'm a Chelsea fan, the other most successful club of my time. But yeah, yeah, I'd love to see Old Trafford. It's like one of the games you'd like. I mean, and if you go to the UK, I'd love to go to Scotland and go to an Old Firm, like go to the Old Firm derby in Scotland. Wouldn't that would be amazing? Like see a true sporting rivalry between Rangers and Celtic. Oh, nice, Leicester. I mean, this is not a bad club. There's many Premier Leagues as Liverpool. Remember, for that whole year, I just became a Leicester fan for that year. Chelsea were doing awful. It's like Leicester going to win. Leicester fan. If you weren't like a Tottenham or City or fan of those clubs, you were a Leicester fan. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch something in sport as although we had one like in Australia, so it's not the same as A League. There's only like 9 teams in it. But it was funny with 10, like the league was pretty close, but with 10 games to go in the season, Adelaide United went from bottom of the league to just scraping into the finals. They were bottom of the league, and they were pretty far bottom league, and then they went like 10 unbeaten to just scrape into the finals to then win it all in the finals in the A-League. Was pretty sweet. Was the closest we got over here for football, like anything like that in sport. But yeah, man, as soon as I have all the details again, I will be getting them up for the GT. Which I can't wait for. It should be great. Like, oh, nice, go. I'd love to come, but SA's bordered. Like, control is just not fun at the moment. No double vax. I guess we'll all see. If I can get the time, I would love to make it. But also January is the anniversary, so I've got to make sure I don't do not commit to stuff over that, or I have no events to go to, as I'd be dead. Especially since like we haven't actually had to have like been in lockdown and isolation and all that every single anniversary this year in January, so couldn't really do anything. Didn't get a honeymoon because the world ended just after we got married. With that though, I can hear one of the kitties stirring. It's a little boy. T3, no, I literally just do stuff for myself. I have way too much stuff for myself. No commission painting from me. I'm an okay painter, but nothing too fantastic. I smash out armies like no tomorrow. That's how I work. But here, little boy starting to stir. So that is going to be it for today. Thank you, everyone, for coming and chatting and hanging out. We will see everyone again real soon for another hobby hangout during the day. Thank you all for coming and watching. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.